and like, hi, it's your boy.
Oh, we're starting now. I thought you were just giving me an example.
Okay, it's your boy, and
it's your favorite monk player.
And welcome to Hot Girl Crits. As we have breaking news of, in our opinion, totally 100% our opinion,
that we are allowed to have because we live in the United States of America.
the land of the internment.
Which we're allowed to say because we live in the United States of America.
Oh God, our prison system is just basically slavery.
Nope, we can't talk about that.
Nope. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna talk about Dungeons and Dragons, which is a game that we play. But this is no longer the game you're gonna be playing. So get this and just throw it out the window.
It's a very heavy book, so you will probably break your window.
Recently, and by recently I mean a couple years ago, a company called Hasbro decided that they wanted to buy this company. Does this say Hasbro on here anywhere?
Is that an older one? It wouldn't say it.
It says Hasbro.
Oh, okay. When did you get the book?
This is because it's the shiny
Oh, that's
edition.
the shiny one. I was like...
Yeah, so Hasbro has purchased this company, right?
I have the shiny one also.
Yeah, I know. It's so much
It's so
nicer.
pretty. I couldn't help myself.
Yes. Oh, this is an issue. They're not gonna have this. We'll get that to another video.
Yeah, we'll get back to that.
So, Hasbro purchased the company, right? And with that, there's been some changes that they want to do. I don't know if you heard about this, but our fun little... What's up?
Oh, I was about to say, well, if you haven't heard about the changes, that's what we're here for. So don't click away from the video.
The reason stuff happened at Gen Con and just like some interviews that have been brought up with individuals that are like head of marketing, etc. That has been brought up to our attention because they want to be very transparent about moving forward because they don't want another OGL scandal. Because, you know, that was kind of bad. Which, one thing, cool, we know what's happening, but on the other hand, our fears have been confirmed. In our traditional paper and pencil game, it always says paper and pen, but it's pencil.
It's definitely pencil. Do not use a pen on your character sheet.
Yeah.
You'll have a very bad day.
Very bad day.
Well, very bad campaign.
They want to move forward to more digital formats, and that's all groovy. But the way that they're doing it sucks testicle dick. It's more like it's a forceful change. They keep saying like you'll still have this book and you can still play this book, but you know, currently if you're using your character sheets on like D&D Beyond, you don't want to change the new formats. Your spells, your things that you have purchased are being switched around, and you no longer have the option to use the older editions. You have to use the newer editions. The only way you can stay with the old stuff that you like is if you play in table like we do. But
they did make a forum post, which is weird that they didn't make an actual... They eventually made an actual post, but they did. One of the devs did make a forum post that they are going that after the outcry, that they decided to allow people to stay with with 5e.
Yeah.
And that it just defaults now to 5.5. And so, kind of like in the first option where you can change, like, select homebrew, non-core, like, etc., you can switch to enable 5th edition.
Okay, so
they did make a post about that a few days ago.
Okay, so that's new information from when I wrote this thing, which is dope.
Yes,
that's
they
cool.
got yelled at by a lot of people. They probably figured, got lawyers involved, so that way they didn't commit actual theft.
That's what I was gonna call them.
There's Dimension 20 and like Critical Role with money. They can definitely sue.
They are a level 3 rogue and took this archetype thief. But yeah, like with Hasbro trying to move forward with digital content, especially like when at Gen Con with like Abria Ironguard. I mispronounced her name. Beautiful team.
Fantastic. And player.
Yeah, oh god, yes.
We can talk about her forever, but...
We're gonna do things a little differently this time. So I would love to introduce you to Sigil.
They did their game. It was an amazing show until they brought up combat, and then like, because I was watching it live, and then it was just like such a halt. And that's because they brought up the new system, which I think is Sigil, because Sigil, like the center of the universe in the D&D mythos, and like that's cool. And I understand that you want to get big shots, and you're gonna pay your celebrities to endorse your product,
of course.
But it felt weird, right? Like I can't quite put my finger on how awkward that felt, and like even like Brandon was like, "Oh, I'm gonna use my dice," and like, no, remember, you can't use dice. Like it felt like they were contracted or something. And I'm putting words in people's mouths right now, but like it felt weird.
Not using dice. Encounter.
Right.
Using physical dice.
No, I was doing that for practice. Now
Those tools feel like they're moving away, and as they have stated, they want to move into like microtransactions because they want to monetize and monopolize every single aspect of the pen and paper process and move it over to digital, because at the end of the day what they want to move forward to is Fortnite.
That's how everything is kind of going lately.
It's
which is a little crazy to me that they want to enable quote-unquote microtransactions when one of the best features about D&D Beyond, in my opinion, was if you wanted a certain subclass, you didn't have to buy the whole book.
Yeah.
You could just buy the subclasses for like $8. Which is still, you technically save money by buying the book, because you could buy the monsters, the subclasses, the magic items, and all of it together is more money than the book, basically.
Yeah.
And with so many people buying $8 here and there, it's still decent money. And then when they got rid of that, it's just strange to me that they bring up microtransactions when they basically got rid of their own.
Yeah, because like so from a business for what necessarily? To improve on the hobby, hopefully, right? You're putting in more money in so you can have a bigger pool to invest into said hobby. But they're not, because they just like fired a whole bunch of their writers. So like to save like what, like $9 million or something like that. But
I think it was around like they said like 8.7.
yeah,
something like that.
and it's not even, it's to what, to feed the people so they can buy their 5th yacht. Like, what is the point of all these microtransactions? And one of the head people that is she plays D&D, she's an avid MTG player as well. Her perspective on it was as such, which is like, when you're playing Magic the Gathering and a new set comes out, a new card comes out stronger, you're gonna get the stronger card to put into your deck. That makes sense. And that's kind of the mentality they want to put into the book, which is like, if a new class comes out or a new ability comes out, you're going to want to buy the new ability to put into your class. And I don't know if that means like they're moving into like you're buying a new spell, or you're buying a new like rogue archetype, or you're buying a new subclass or whatever, but like paying to get stronger in the game is kind of what I'm reading. And that is strange. That's not the style. That's like not the game. Like,
yeah, because it's always been all subclasses are strong. Of course, we all know that.
Yeah.
Beastmaster exists, but all subclasses are strong. It just, what would your character? It's very roleplay.
Yeah.
What would my character be? Just because open hand is way better than 4 elements, my character would be 4 elements, so I'm gonna go with the quote-unquote weaker subclass. Because it's about character roleplay. I would never make a character that had to use Way of the 4 Elements, but you guys get what I'm saying.
How are you gonna be Ang?
No, don't pronounce his name that way.
I mean, the greatest airbender of all time, Ang?
Aang? Yes, I know that's the most American way to say it, Aang. But that's how it was written. That's how it was voiced.
But like, like, instead of firing your writers, why don't you focus on, instead of microtransactions for new skin on dice, why don't you pay people to write a better cohesive game? It's just like, paying to play just seems so fucking weird in a story-based game. I don't know. It's fucking bazonkers to me. I think they're trying to put D&D more into the mainstream, even though I think it's the most popular book out there. That's why I name my panels D&D 101 instead of ttrpg 101. And they want to do things like the Rick and Morty book. Like they wanted to, I think that's what the fortnight comment was. Like they want to like bring D&D into more mainstream things. Where like they're not trying to compare it to a video game, but they're still trying to use video game money tactics to make more money, right? Yeah. And like,
it makes sense.
As a business thing, yes, it makes sense, right? And I think that's kind of like the middle ground here that I'm trying to like grasp, and like whatever makes more people want to go into the hobby to a certain extent, cool. Yes, I still have the book, and yes, I can still play this whenever I want. I can play 3.5 whenever I want. I can play any edition whenever I want. But it's the idea that we're feeding into this dragon, and we're still paying tribute to this, and we are telling you what we want, and you're still going in the wrong direction. So hopefully it doesn't happen. I mean, looking at the design, and we'll talk about that more in another video, but looking at the designs of the Player's Handbook 2024, I don't know what the fuck the official name is. It's 5.5. But looking
I'm not saying 1D&D. I'm not gonna say it. I refuse.
But like looking at the designs of that book, it's actually beautiful.
The art is fantastic.
Yes. Like
stunning.
I will show you images that I have found means of in ways of open seas. It's
from different YouTubers. A lot of like
a lot of YouTubers have shown us great things.
Beautiful art. I definitely started foaming at the mouth whenever I saw that XP to level 3 posted a video about the new monk.
I mean,
very excited.
Yes. So like, I don't want it to just 100% bash on this company, although I do want to bash on the company. I think that they are making strides forward, but you should also make sure that you're holding them accountable, because like I'm not here to praise you. I'm paying for a service or a thing, and I want said thing to be done well. And I don't think it's too much to ask when you have 1,700 yachts, like, and you fired all your writers. You know, like, why do I have to pay $15 for a character sheet? That's my biggest gripe with this whole situation. Like, what the fuck, yo?
No. I have a stutter, guys. I'm sorry, but I don't know. One of the beauties of D&D to me was also, if your friends owned the book growing up, anybody could just play, and it didn't really matter if you came from a lot of money, if you had money. It was very accessible to. I grew up in a more low-income area, so it was very accessible for everybody to play.
Yeah.
One person just had to have the book. You know, you could even make your character sheet on just a piece of paper and just kind of copy the format.
That is tech, and that's, I think that they keep going back on like it, and I think they're so
public
their
relations.
PR or their public
relations agent,
speaking groups, they have coached them very well into saying like, nothing that you have purchased is going away, and you can still have access to all the things in this book. And that's technically true. They're just making it a lot harder based on all the things that we're already used to and all the things that are free already, and they're making it really easy for you to have to purchase more things that you shouldn't really have to purchase. That's kind of the core message here. It's just, if I already have it, why do I have to buy it again?
No, I definitely see what you're saying, and like I said before, it is leaning more toward in the direction to where you can't really play the game anymore unless you are privileged to have money.
Yeah.
And I know it's a huge escape for a lot of preteens, even kids, kids in high school. It was a great escape.
Yeah.
And now that it's leaning more towards in monetization, it does limit access to it, unfortunately.
Yeah. And I think they're like,
which is doing the game a disservice.
In leading toward more of a digital format, I have noticed as now that we're like D&C as a specific company, that's Divine and Conquer. We're starting to work more with third-party like small artists. The way that they're doing it, making it digital, is taking away from a lot of small businesses out there, because now the dice are digital, minis are digital, character sheets are digital. Like everything is, don't worry, it's all in-house. Don't go outside to look for stuff. Just come here. We have you. We're monopolized. And it is your game. I understand that fucking well. And it is all within your rights. But we've had this for so long for you to kick us in the nutsack and say no more. That's the thing, yo.
I think that's a good way to kind of sum it up.
Yeah.
Like saying it's a game where it's not real life, obviously. Yeah. For some people, it's their job. It's how they make their money.
Yeah.
But
this is careers now. It's not just a game. These are actual careers and goals now.
It does feel kind of... I feel as though the word betrayal is a little harsh.
Yeah.
You know, because they don't owe us anything.
For sure.
But at the same time, we've been giving them money for years, so do they owe us something? You know?
Yeah, it's a dick move, bro. That's the title of the dick move, bro.
That's not gonna be the title of the video.
Why not? Oh, maybe because we want people to see it.
We don't want it to get pushed down in the algorithm.
But I mean that's kind of all my thoughts on just like how this is starting out. I am excited for the new book. Am I going...
100%, and as soon as we get them, we'll probably show them.
There is at least one person out of the 7 in this room who will buy that book. At least one person.
I already did.
There's at least one person out of all 7 of us who will purchase this book. Some of us like the sea. I like the beach a lot. And dip your toes in the sand.
But I did already pre-order it, so you'll have access to that way we can actually like go through it.
Yeah,
as well.
Yeah.
We didn't get early access because we're not fancy like
we're not fancy. That was all our thoughts, opinions on
emotional outbursts.
Emotional outbursts. I have a lot of those. What's my first of the what's it called? The FINT thing,
your Ian blobly blue blob, that thing.
What's it
that
called?
Categorizes people.
Yeah. Do you know what that
I do not remember.
Okay. Well, whatever that thing is called, my first one is F for feelings, because I am a little feely fuzzball.
Did you get I or E first though? Oh.
That's my alarm.
Ignore that, guys.
I know I am internalized feelings, I think.
I feel like you would get an E though, because it's the first letter is E or I. It stands for introverted or extroverted.
I'm extroverted.
I knew it.
Feeling. Judgmental.
Okay.
I mean, if you can't tell from this video, and I am the teacher.
Oh.
That's my subcategory. Me and Martin Luther King.
I got whatever Michael Scott is, apparently.
Well, be like MLK or like Michael Scott. Bye, everybody.
Bye, y'all.